Hello, creatures. It is almost the new year, and I am taking advantage of a free day that I have to set myself up for writing success in the new year. So that's definitely terminology that I stole from the old Starbucks training book. Setting yourself up for success or setting others up for success is the idea that instead of doing the bare minimum and instead of doing just what you have to do, that you do anything else that could possibly need to be done so that it's out of the way, so that whenever people come on their shift, or in this case when future me needs to write, I can just sit down and do it. The big reason why I'm very excited to do this is because over the last few months, and I know that everyone at some point goes through this, but over the last few months I've noticed when I sit down to write, I get just a little bit distracted or a little bit frustrated with the state of some things. Like the inside of my desk drawer, whenever I am looking for a cord, I feel like I'm always digging around. There's a couple things that are right by like the opening because I use them often, and the rest of the drawer is an entire disarray, and every time I have to dig in it, I'm always frustrated. So just like my dresser drawer, the other things that I'll be working on today are all things that if I get done now will help me be more productive and have better writing habits in 2021, and that's the goal. I could probably do this in my entire house easily. Like my whole house, my whole life needs this, but I have one free day and I can't do it all in one day. So I want to dedicate today just to writing, business, productivity. I'm going to work on my desk, my reading space. This general room is where I do a lot of my work, so I want to ready up this room so that I have everything in a place where I can be as productive as possible. And then I'm going to be also working on my coffee station in the kitchen. Every few months I just have to clean up my coffee station. It gets like really cluttered, or maybe I accumulate more like coffee related things and they don't really have homes. I know I'm an adult now because I am legitimately excited about doing this. I decided to do it about 2 weeks ago, and I have just been waiting since then. So it is about 10:30. I'm going to go make myself brunch, and then I'm going to make a detailed list of what I want to get done today. Some of the things are going to be really easy and quick, like this whole room really needs dusted. I'm very good about dusting this area because I sit here, but the bookshelf on the other side of the room and the top of the windowsill don't get dusted nearly as often. And then some of the things are a lot more interactive or time consuming, like reorganizing my drawer. I know I want to reorganize the top of my dresser, things like that, to just set things up in a good position. I'll be sitting in here to make my list and eat because I want to make the list in order of what things I want to get done. I want to sort of rank it on priority because I don't think I'm going to have enough time to do everything I imagine I want to do in this room today, but I do have enough time to make a huge difference. If today is successful, and the whole purpose of doing this is to make writing a better habit in 2021, I want to be less distracted and more focused. I want to be able to sit down and say, you know what, I only have half an hour to write, but that's okay because my whole area is organized and pretty and ready to go. I started with my desk. It seemed like the most logical place to start since it's the place that I sit and I write, and I have to say I am kind of proud of it. So I came up with this system of organizing the top of my desk in March. I really love it. I think it did wonders for my productivity and also staying a little bit organized. Basically, I take out the most cumbersome things that I do on my desk. So at the time that I started this, it was my laptop, my textbook, and like a notebook, and I spread everything out like I would be using it. Then I took pieces of washi tape and I outlined the area that I was using in washi tape, and that became my active area, an area that I'm not allowed to leave any junk, garbage, clutter, or whatever on. Then outside of that line is like my inactive or stationary area of my desk where I can decorate, I can leave candles, I can have my drinks, my pens, whatever I wanted on my desk. So what I did was I just took everything off of my desk and I reevaluated the kinds of things that I wanted in my inactive area. Now over the holidays I was gifted some really great organizational stuff, so I was really excited to take that out to fill it up. I've been accumulating a lot of washi tape and pens, and I really think having it organized and on my desk is going to make it a lot easier to regularly go in my bullet journal and create pages. I don't have to hunt anything down, it's all right in front of me. So I'm really hoping that having this stuff on my desk now is going to help me make a better, more consistent bullet journal habit, because I really do think that keeping my bullet journal updated and using it regularly helps me be productive and a little less stressed out. I then went into the cupboards and the drawers on my desk and I took every single thing out and I dusted and I reorganized things as I put them back in, but a lot of the stuff I ended up taking out. Some of it got thrown away, some of it got packed up. My very first laptop, which was an absolute brick from 9 years ago, was stuffed on one of the shelves in my desk cupboard just because I didn't really have anywhere to keep it, so I kept all my electronics there. I had my old Chromebook, which I also don't use anymore, some cords, I had books stacked up in there, I had like bins of like makeup stuff that I had no idea was even there. So it was really, really nice and satisfying to take everything out. I dusted and wiped everything down, and now it's like a nice professional workspace. I feel like when I'm working here, I have everything that I could possibly need within reach. When that was done, I moved over to the table next to my desk, and I actually had a couple boxes of things in between like my desk in this area, so I emptied those out, found homes for everything, broke them down, threw away all the garbage, and then I decluttered that whole area. And I also laid some of the books on their side to make some more space for books. I'm running dangerously low on space to store books, so I might have to get a little bit creative in how I'm keeping things. I have this huge table here and I don't want it just to end up being stacks and stacks of books again, because that's how it was a few months ago. But I'm feeling really good about it. I have like my candle warmer, my oil diffuser, my microphone when I film also sits in this table, so I really like having it like cleaned off. It's also a good place to set things on the run that it's just like, hey, I'll unpack this later, but that's sort of the habit that got it cluttered in the first place. So I'm going to try to not set things on this table, but we'll see how that goes. That whole ordeal actually took most of the day. It is almost 6 o'clock now. I took one break really for lunch, but other than that, I've just been sitting here with TV playing on my laptop, and I've just been working and cleaning relatively in the same spot. So I desperately need a break from this area. I'm gonna take a break from the bigger tasks to go in and do some of the little quicker tasks. First, I'm gonna wash the inside and outside of all the windows so it's nice and pretty. It's already dark. I hope that doesn't make it hard to clean. I wasn't really thinking. Then I'm probably gonna go around and dust this whole room, and then I'm gonna move on to my coffee station area because it's in desperate need of some help. Hopefully by the time I'm done with that, I'm still very much in the mood to clean and organize, because as I've been cleaning this desk area and I've been unpacking boxes and moving things around, I've been stacking books over in my reading area on this little table I have there. So I have a huge stack of like books and notebooks and sleeves and just odds and ends things that don't really have homes sitting over there that I really need to get cleaned up, because that's where I do a lot of my reading. But what I would really like to do is get through all of that book organizing stuff so that I can then sweep and mop in here. And that would be like a nice final touch thing. I don't want to say final touch because if I get that far, I don't really want to stop. But I only have like a few more active hours in the day. I do really badly want to de-cat hair the room. There's like a big difference between dusting and de-cat hairing, I have found out by having 4 cats. I actually have to take like a sticky lint roller and go over all of the curtains and like the blankets and the furniture and stuff to really get the cat hair off. Because even if you like vacuum the couch, you can still peel a whole bunch off with like the stickers or even like a rubber squeegee if you have cats. This is so funny. Like a window squeegee works really good. The fur sticks to the rubber, so it pulls it all out. So I'm cleaning up my whole reading area so that when I'm sitting there and I'm editing, whether I'm editing my work or for a client, I feel good about the space. And even though I'm really tired and I want to stop, I just know how good this is going to feel tomorrow or the next day or the day after. So it is 9:45, but I'm finally getting to the end of my cleaning day. I'm absolutely exhausted and sick of cleaning, but I really think that this is going to be good for my writing productivity. The whole room looks different, honestly, just sitting here. I didn't take a before and after picture of my reading area with the stacks of books and the book cards. The only thing I think I have left to do is I have like a neat stack of like fairy loot boxes that I have to empty out, just the last couple things, and break them down, but I'm totally okay if that stays there. I think it's a much more productive space. It's incredible. So the cupboard on my desk that like opens at the bottom, I have all of my writing resources there. I also have my envelopes and thank you cards there for clients, and my drawer is all organized so that I can get to anything I need in just a couple of seconds. The only thing that I'm probably going to be revisiting over this next week is the layout of the top of my desk. I had the pen case and the washi case next to each other, and then I split them up because it was a little bit more comfortable. So I'm going to reward myself for all of my good cleaning with a glass of wine and 30 minutes of writing. I'll probably pick like a rating prompt or something fun to do, and I'll sort of get a feel for the new layout and see what kinds of things I want to change. But overall, I say this is an incredibly productive experiment. I included before and after shots of some of my areas so that you guys can see how fresh I'm going into this new year. I want to hear below what some things you guys are doing to get ready for your New Year's goal. Anything encouraging or uplifting or just exciting. I'm just excited to have a better workspace. I think I had a decent workspace, honestly. I could sit there and I could do things, but I think having better homes for the stuff that I use regularly is really going to improve my productivity. It's about 20 after 10. I've been sitting here for at least a half an hour writing. I really do like how fresh and new things feel. I'm really big into that. I do have some things that I feel like I don't know if they're annoying or not yet. Like this little white light behind me. I use that frequently and I want it on my desk, but I really don't like where it is. It's just in an inconvenient spot. I'd rather put like a candle or something there. I don't really have any candles burning now, which is really weird for me. So I want to make sure that I factor in where something like that could fit. And I think I'm just going to play around with it for the next couple days. Let me know if you guys have any advice or things that you like to keep in your desk, and let me know what you're doing to get ready for your writing year in 2021. Alright, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because I post writing related videos twice a week. Perfection.